what's the role of the education system has to play in either supporting the parents to parent well or not supporting them to parent well, and that outcomes of social anxiety, mental health disorders, more. So all those things, is that a function of what's the relation between the education systems and the parents?
Well, primarily the education systems there is to educate. However, with everything that's going on in society these days, it's got to be a two-way dance between both what the parents want, what the children need, and what the education system can deliver. So I think that's where different schools suit different types of children, whether you choose a Montessori school or public education or private education of all of its different shades. I think that it's got to be a two-way conversation, and what works for one child and one family will not work for another.
Could you outsource parenting, as in to the daycare center, to the schools, to the other support groups?
Some people have to. We live in times when it's almost impossible to be a stay-at-home parent. Whether you're male or female, being a stay-at-home parent is very, very difficult, and it's becoming increasingly so. And some people need to make use of those. We have worked very, very hard in our family for me to be able to stay home. At times, I still do need to go back to work to supplement the income. But I think it's best when the mother raises the children. If she's got the capacity to do so, I think that's the best. Not for every family, but in general.
As you talked about the lowest common denominator of the family as a unit, which is the base of a functioning society, how do we project and then how might we project and how might we support functioning families through not just a welfare system, but through the community sentiments and community understanding, the social cohesion or social fabric, the norms, all those things which bring together the acceptance of family is a core unit of a society, and how do we support that system?
Well, we are the only culture that I believe at the moment that is throwing out the idea of norms and roles, gender roles in the family. Why are we doing that? Why are we throwing out traditions that have worked for centuries in favour of some new untried theory? I think it's important that we actually maintain those roles. Not that it's a rule. It doesn't have to be a rule. My husband and I are very flexible on lots of different things where he would take, he does most of the cooking in our house, for example. I'm a terrible cook. And I get to go out and do things that a lot of other women don't go out and do. But I think it's important because it gives everybody a sense of structure. It gives everybody a sense of where they fit, where they belong in the family. And not just in terms of not just as a family as a whole, but each family is made up of individuals. My son knows that he's got particular jobs now that he does that I can't do because he's physically stronger than me, so he does them for me. And that's good and proper that he should help out in the family in that way. Now, my daughters probably won't have the strength to do all those things, at least not for many years to come. So it's all right that they don't do those roles. They do other roles to help pick up where he can't, if he's doing other things for me. So I think we're throwing the baby out with the bathwater when we say that these roles and norms are outdated, old-fashioned, part of the patriarchy, part of colonialism, or whatever you want to label it. I think we've got it wrong. I think we need to revisit that.